I'm working on getting you some context, some analysis regarding this breaking news that we've been following. The Remain in Mexico policy likely going to be coming to an end soon because the Supreme Court just ruled to allow the Biden administration to terminate the Trump-era policy.
So this is the policy that forced many asylum seekers, thousands of them, to wait in Mexico for hearings in U.S. immigration court. And joining us live now, we have immigration attorney Esther Valdes Clayton. Good morning to you, Esther.
Good morning, Netta.
Okay, so we want to hear your first reaction. Did this surprise you? I mean, Brett Kavanaugh and John Roberts siding with the liberal justices to allow the Biden administration to end this policy. Give us your initial thoughts.
This was a much-needed win for the Biden administration. Not only had they attempted to rescind the Trump-era administration migrant protection protocol, which forced up to 67,000 migrants to have to wait in border cities such as Tijuana, but it also sent a clear message. The first prong of this decision is pivotal, stating that the federal government under the Biden administration not only had the jurisdiction and the authority to be able to rescind their predecessor's immigration policy, but also that they also had plenary discretion to allow any migrants that they deemed to be a humanitarian interest or to parole them in or to detain them, something that states like Texas, Arizona, and Missouri contested, that the Biden administration had wrongfully rescinded this protocol.
As you pointed out, the Trump administration used this policy to return tens of thousands of migrants to Mexico. And as we know, many of them lived in those squalid encampments near the U.S. border, hundreds of attacks against the migrants forced to wait there in Mexico. So how now will those migrants be impacted by the end of this ruling?
Some of those migrants are my clients, and they've been eagerly awaiting this day to come for years. This started back in 2019. They've been waiting many years. Some of them have even gone back home. For them, it's a cause for celebration to be able to be reunited with family members here in the United States, but also to be away from violence. We know that many reports, including the University of California, San Diego, stated that up to 25% of the migrants waiting for their day in court here in the United States had been subjected to violence, including kidnapping, rape, extortion, and some even attempted to commit suicide last week. So it's definitely a more compassionate, more humane way to be able to process them into the United States. But again, what we don't know is how this is going to affect the state's interests in wanting the Biden administration to implement and enforce immigration policy by detaining these migrants when they enter the United States.
And Esther, we know immigration attorneys like you, so many others here in San Diego, will now be contacting their clients. The next moves will be interesting to see what happens.
Impacts a lot of people, that's for sure.
Thank you for your insight.